building and safety,
I see.
they would have to work with building and safety to see if they need to pull the permit to legalize the additional square footage. That's a whole different matter than what the assessor's office deals with.
Right.
If we find out that there was work done and there was substantial square footage, for example, let's say there was substantial square footage added, and this was done maybe a year or two before the person sold the property, we would go ahead and pick up that addition and bill for that additional square footage.
Right.
Now, if the property has already sold and we've done this, the tax bill would be prorated, and the years that the seller owned it, they would receive what we call an unsecured bill for that increase in assessment.
I see. I see. Well, thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
So I hope this prevents people from just kind of building, adding, illegally adding rooms and stuff, because there are repercussions later on.
Later on, there would be. And then, as a buyer, buyers are very cautious these days, and they want to make sure everything on that property was done legally and was permitted, because they don't want any surprises, coming on down the line later.
Right, because based on my own experiences, when we're looking at houses, on the county record, it says it's 2,000 square feet, and the sellers say, no, we have 2,500 square feet. So it's always questionable where that 500 additional square feet comes from. So that's something, something that our viewers should know when they actually go out and looking at properties, kind of find out what it is, and so you don't get caught surprised later on. That's
right. And, there's another question people always ask is, well, I want to do a remodel. So what they do is they demo the property and they leave a wall up, or maybe they say, well, I let the foundation because they don't think that they would be reassessed because they're, they pulled a permit. It's a remodel.
Right.
Essentially, they built a brand new home.
I see.
We would have to reassess the property for a brand new home. The land value would stay the same.
Right.
But the improvement value would be reassessed.
Right.
So they're not going to keep that lower base on the improvement portion of it. So even if they leave one wall up, we would still have to cost it out as a brand new structure.
New house. Okay. Well, let's take a commercial break first, and we'll come back and we'll talk to Carol a lot more. Welcome back to Community Roundtable. We've been talking a lot about this, the assessor's office and doing these information about. I think something that people really, at this time, at this economic time, really need to learn about these things so they can take advantage of it. Again, as mentioned earlier, a dollar saved here, a dollar saved there can really add up a lot. And I think during the break, you was talking to me, there's one thing that you want to talk to the viewer to be aware is that, filing for the application for reassessment, you can just actually file yourself, right?
Yes. As a property owner, you can just visit our website or call us and obtain the decline in value application. There is absolutely no charge to file for reduction. And there's the companies out there, they're independent companies, and what they're doing is they're sending out solicitations. They're asking anywhere from $100 to $200 and saying, fill out this application, we'll submit it to the assessor and we'll reduce your value. While this may be legal, the thing of it is that you don't have to pay to have it done. You can do it yourself. There's absolutely no charge. And by the same token, when you file with the Assessment Appeals Board, there is no charge. And another thing there is no charge for is filing for the homeowner's exemption. Because there are companies out there also who will send out a solicitation saying you may not be taking advantage of a homeowner's exemption, and then for $45, $50, we'll go ahead and file the application for you.
Right.
Again, if you own your home and this is your primary residence and you don't have a homeowner's exemption, you can visit our website or call us and we'll send you the application. But if you visit our website, you can download the homeowner's exemption application,
Right.
fill it out, send it in to us. The deadline for 2008 is December 10th. So if you submit the homeowner's exemption application by December 10th, 2008,
Right.
you will get a partial exemption. The homeowner's exemption amount is $7,000. Basically, it reduces your taxable assessment by $7,000. So in essence, you're saving about $70 a year in property taxes.
Wow, that's great. And can you share what this, who qualifies for a homeowner exemption, or is there a qualification?
It just needs to be your primary residence. It's your principal residence, and you can only have the exemption on one property. So you could own, 3, 4 single-family properties,
Right.
but only the property that is your principal residence would qualify for the homeowner's exemption.
I see. So a lot of people out there hearing this, all they basically need to do is log on to your website and download a form, fill it out, and then send it back to you, and they can have a reduction of $7,000 in their assessed value, and that could save them $70 a month.
A year. $70 a year.
Well, that's a lot of money given these times.
Yes.
$70 you can actually do a lot these times. So that's
Right.
great.